Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here.
Gigi Buffon, pretty much peerless in every way, Peter.
Tough to disagree with that. Rarely has a keeper surely commanded quite so much respect.
And from both his own team and the opposition, I would have loved to play with someone like this behind me. Time and time again, he's shown he's just the best at organising a defence. What a communicator.
Lovely ball. Mbappe! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Tries to pass it through. He's had a shot! Rummenigge! Truly a man who will pass the test of time!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's skewed away. And here's Messi. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nigeria leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Rummenigge. Son Heung-min on a charge down the left. Rummenigge picks it up out wide. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Messi. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Gullit. Gives it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Oh, well played, well played. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Gullit. Tries a deft little ball. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He is starved of space and time.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Makaleli. Bergomi. Rummenigge might just make this. Rummenigge. Maldini wins the duel this time. Son Heung-min is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Nesta spots it and intercepts. That's really well manoeuvred. He's not got that quite right.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And it's Seedorf. And they win it back again. Seedorf. Messi. Gattuso. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Threads one in. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Nesta gets over and intercepts. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Takes a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Danger averted for now. Now it's Neymar. Makaleli. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Pirlo knocks it into space. Son Heung-min. Nigeria are looking to break at pace. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Son Heung-min. Makaleli can so cleverly bypass the press. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Nigeria are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Nigeria definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Messi. Passing is crisp and sharp. So what can they make of this? Pass somewhat off target. No, that's been intercepted. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Now it's Neymar. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Seedorf. He is through. Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Quality ball. Ronaldo chasing after it. Son Heung-min. And that is as far as they're going to go. Bergomi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Cristiano Ronaldo looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Substitution in progress.
Makaleli. It's going to be another throw. Great vision. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That has been cut short. And it's Son Heung-min. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Cleared without complication.
The attendance for this match was 80,314.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Pirlo. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Good take, and a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pirlo. And it's Pirlo. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Back into the... And the finish! And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Nigeria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitutions taking place.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
He's had it taken off him, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Gullit, and he was quick to react. Cristiano Ronaldo. Well read, nice interception. And here's Cruyff. Son Heung-min, and he's forced to go back. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Cruyff. Chance! He has done it! Just 1 in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Now it's Romario. Oh, well measured.
There they go, hunting again.
The ball is loose, and the chase is on.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Played into space. And that's a good-looking ball. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That has been slung wide. Bergamy produces the perfect tackle there. And it's Bellingham. Great ball, and he's in here. And that is expertly dealt with. Oh, that was vital. And that will be it. Nigeria pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Son Heung-min, voted man of the match, and
a quick
deservedly
announcement today
so.
That memorabilia from today's match is
So what
now
do you
on
take
sale
away from
in
it
the
all, Jim?
Stadium Hall.
Nigeria clearly came into this match with a good game plan, one designed to capitalise on an obvious weakness. They'd identified that and never really let go.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Nigeria.
I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game. But he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Here's a chance! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Looking for a runner. Makalele cuts out the pass. Nesta. Son Heung-min chasing after it. Rummenigge. Gattuso. Oh, it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, that is very close.
Cristiano Ronaldo brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Nigeria are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first. Kaka really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Son Heung-min. Pull it. And it's Son Heung-min. Stood up well to him there. Pull it. Well, that is one way to stop him. Vieira promptly onto that, and that is that. So we're still where we started right now. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Son Heung-min cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's quick to snatch it back. And it's Gullit. Cristiano Ronaldo. And he's managed to get rid. Gattuso. That's a decent clearance. Now it's Kaka, looking for options for movement. Bergomi demonstrating his defensive quality there. Son Heung-min is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Tchouaméni. Now it's Messi. Nesta gives no quarter whatsoever. Looking to play him in. Gullit was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Gullit unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's Messi. He came in hard, very hard. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Kaka. Kaka. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Skims one in.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Courtois gets it away. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing. And he's had a hit! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great defending, strong and determined. Yeah, he's fouled him there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Gattuso. Ball played for Nesta. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And this is Pato. Son Heung-min. Chouameni proves too strong, too smart. Now it's Pato. Pato's delivery. There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So off we go once more.
Nigeria have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now he's off and running. Son Heung-min. Well timed, excellent interception. Gattuso. Gullit. He has a look up. He's got a... Can he finish? Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Gullit is there, and he can get that clear. And this is Pato, delivers the ball. And that has earned a reprise. Shot, surely! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Gullit going vertical.
Nigeria are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Rummenigge, who needs just a moment to score a goal. That is a great pick out. And no, that is pretty much the end of that.
The attendance for this match was 80,314.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Maldini. Maldini is in a really good position out wide.
Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly...
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Vieira has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm. He is therefore off.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Messi! Now, how often do you see that?
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
And it's Messi. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Kaká. Terrific header! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Bullet.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period, and the score is 1-0.
Substitution.
And that's going to be a booking. Tchouaméni. Thuram. Son Heung-min. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Pato. Son Heung-min tries to pass it through, and this is Messi. That is a crunching tackle. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Nesta. Neymar. Now there's a fine ball. Pato, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Well, that looks a decent ball. He's on it, can he get away? Makalele gets it away. Son Heung-min. That's been cut out, well played. Nigeria still ahead by the game's only goal. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Messi.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's clever. Nesta with the clearance. And it's Neymar. Rummenigge. And he's through, it's one-on-one. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Nigeria have been handed a game-changing chance. So this to extend their lead. Verratti, it's loose and there's a race for the ball. Bergomi delivers. Keeper's dealt with that. Roberto Carlos. And that's a throw-in. Nesta. Oh, there's a probing ball. That's that, the end. Nigeria have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Messi taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
In the area around the stadium is strictly
What were
forbidden.
your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. And Messi! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it. Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Mbappe. It's played through for him. He's had a shot! And he's done it!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Another moment of magic. A real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So, a breakthrough already.
Pretty robust defending.
Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Bergkamp. And Matthäus. De Jong. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Son Heung-min. Nicely shaped ball. Good read, needed to be. Nicely aimed pass. De Jong is always scanning the pitch for targets. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that could set him on his way. Can he finish? And the ball's come loose here. That's a lovely, neat pass. That's a sharp pass. Tries to play it for Cristiano Ronaldo! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Nigeria really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's shot a goal! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, that's well spotted. That's beautifully weighted. That's an excellent interception. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Looking for the run. Chips it through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Rummenigge. Rummenigge puts his foot on the gas. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Great chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Nigeria are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Gullit. Gullit. Messi. Matthäus. And it's De Jong. Nesta gets a foot in and wins the ball. Messi. Gullit. And it's Gattuso. And the shot's on here.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Matthäus. That is ended up in no man's land. Ronaldo is onto it in a flash. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Would the father of a boy in a blue hat kindly make his way to the information centre?
Here we go again then.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second half.
Ambitious ball here. That is a brilliant interception. De Jong is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Maldini. This is De Jong. And it's Messi. Matthäus. For Messi. Mbappe. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Gullit. Messi. And this is Messi. And the shot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. It's there! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Mateus plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Can he get it through? Can he finish? It's anyone's ball now. Gattuso.
The attendance
All played for
this
Nesta.
match was 80,314.
It's Gattuso. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, easy pickings there.
Rummenigge really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Gattuso. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. This is De Jong. And it's Son Heung-min. Messi. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Mbappe. Short changes him with that pass. Son Heung-min. Pass somewhat off target. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
And the pass is intercepted. Rummenigge. Oh, good take in a good area. Into the last quarter of an hour. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rummenigge. And he was quick to react. Son Heung-min. That has been slung wide. That is an excellent defensive intervention from the front man. Mbappe was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off. And
Oh no, this does not look good! Son Heung-min. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Mateus. Rummenigge. Mbappe. That has been cut short. Shot could be on. Played back in. Great vision. Well seen. Saw that coming.
that was well played, well stopped.
Messi. Rummenigge. Now this could be a chance.
Rummenigge really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Mateus, 2 assists to his credit already. Bullet. And that will be it. Nigeria perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment.
And a quick reminder
Your
today
reflections
to
then,
please
Jim.
make
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And here's Dembele. He's having a shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, they can break here. And he's on his way. And here's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Plays the ball back. Nedved charging forward, the ball at his feet. He came in hard, very hard.
Well, it's safe to say, Peter, we're in the presence of defensive royalty here.
And so what is it that makes Paolo Maldini so regal?
Well, I think the fact that he almost never had to make a tackle says it all. He just doesn't need to. With him, it's all about anticipation, positioning, and reading the game superbly. There's very few who are able to do that at the highest level like him. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Son Heung-min is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Nigeria are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Bellingham.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yes. And he shoots! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Nedved. Burnley looking to pass their way through. Now it's Nedved. Roberto Carlos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Passing is crisp and sharp. Real chance! Dembele! Brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. The breakthrough strike.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Can he get it through? And it's been played through. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Son Heung-min approaching the half-hour mark. And now the breakaway. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Dembele is onto it in a flash. Cristiano Ronaldo. Son Heung-min. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nesta gets a foot in and wins the ball. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Hullet. Can he get on the end of this? And there's green grass ahead of him. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Nigeria present their opponents with the best possible chance here. The chance to pull further clear. Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! That'll be a throw. Dembele. Bergomi going vertical. And it's Hullet. Makaleli is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And this is... And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Climbs up big! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Cristiano Ronaldo touches it back. Burnley are looking to go forward now. Great defending, strong and determined.
This is the time you need that pace.
Gattuso. Now Son Heung-min.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Hullet proves just a little bit too strong. Hullet. Roberto Carlos cuts it out. And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Nigeria really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Pelé, and he's there to make the challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here? Defending of the desperate variety.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Quality ball. Burnley ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And it's Messi. Some really good ball movement. Hullet gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Tries to pass it through. Nigeria still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Now it's Pelé. Bellingham. Looking for the run. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's been cut out, well played. Bullet.
The attendance for this match was 80,607.
And this is Nedved. Lovely feet. And this is Pele. Shot, surely! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Pele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Nedved goes short. Pele with the cross. Gullit getting this one clear. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Pinches it off him. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Bergomi. And it's Gattuso. Cristiano Ronaldo is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, they could be caught out here. That'll be a throw-in.
Substitution.
Ronaldo might just make this. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Messi. Gattuso. Great chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nesta. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And they can counter here.
Zola.
Bellingham is the team's great visionary. Threads one in. Oh, that's an excellent interception.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Bellingham. Burnley finding their passes. Now it's Nedved. He's found a way through. And it's Vieira. Oh, super ball. That's a lovely, neat pass. And this is Ibrahimovic.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Time and again they are repelled. And here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And that is expertly dealt with.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Gattuso. And here's Messi. Zola. Floated through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Aimed beyond the defence, and it's been played through. And there goes the final whistle. So in the end, 1 goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.
Please take this opportunity to
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, the way the manager has stormed down the tunnel lends itself to an almighty telling off for such a timid, docile display.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.